If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes,
all
dear
right,
listener,
you
yes,
guys.
dear listener. Yes, dear listener.
DJ Gabe in the house.
DJ Gabe in the house.
Radiohead all night long. We're
No, Dudley, the show has just begun, my brother.
Yes.
We do commercial breaks between songs for our own editing purposes on this side here. But no, we are here forever. Keep going.
Okay, so the next song on our list from DJ Gabe is a Radiohead song, of course. And the song is Where I End and You Begin, The Sky is Falling In. This song was subtitled The Sky is Falling In, referencing Chicken Licken, the children's nursery story in which a flock of...
Deluded
What?
poultry are lured into a fox's den. It was a favorite of York when he was a boy.
Note from Gabe. This song can be interpreted in many ways, I think. Very easy to see climate change being a theme in the song. But one of the more interesting interpretations, in my opinion, is reading the lyrics from the point of view of God. All right. Let's check it out.
Ben, we got a, I think we got a block, but we did not get a copyright strike, so we escaped with our lives. Don't worry, Ben. You're all good.
Benji, how are you?
It's Ben Bear, not Ben Webb.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see Ben Webb.
That's Ben Bear on the screen because he.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying hi to Ben Webb now.
Oh, I was reading what Ben was saying, so I thought you were saying Benji.
Oh no! I've been seeing.
He's affectionate with Ben Bear. What is this new budding relationship? What are y'all talking about in Patreon? What's happening? No, you were talking to Ben Webb.
I was,
oh,
okay. Of course,
a fan favorite.
Yes.
I still feel guilty about beating the hell out of that koala.
I knew it. I knew you
Felt
did.
So bad.
I knew you
so
did.
Bad. But it was for a good cause.
I could see.
For a good cause.
Yes. Well, he's still stuffed in a bag somewhere.
He hurt the girls. He said something mean to the girls. I forgot what it was.
It was about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, typical Ben Webb shit. Everybody was all
Ben
mad.
doing his shit.
we made quite a few dollars.
We did. We
were
did.
sending like $20 super chats to beat up Ben.
That's so bad. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys, let's check this out.
Song numero dos.
Where I End and You Begin.
It's a lyric video, dear listener. Let's do this shit.
gap in between. There's a gap where we, where I am and you begin. I'm sorry for the dinosaurs on the earth. The sky turns green where I am and you begin.
I like this. Okay, Gabe.
I'm up in the clouds, I'm up in the clouds, and I can't come down. I go watching all take part, where I am and where you start, where you left me alone. You left me alone. X around the place, like a planet on the waves, like a heart's full of I will eat you alive.
Oh no. Our Amazon account is up and running now. We are selling our formula officially. It's amazing stuff from Europe.
Made in Germany. Sold in America.
Highest standards there are. In America, the standards haven't been updated since 1980. It's super weird, like older than me. In Europe, they update safety standards basically every year. This formula is top notch, great for the stomach, great for constipation. This is a great product. If you happen to want to purchase it and join us on our journey, then grab the link in the description. If you do and leave a review for us, send me a screenshot at vinandsori@gmail.com of your review after you have received the product. We will put your name in a hat. Song reviews are going to come out by some of the people that have left reviews. Don't forget to send us a screenshot of your review once you get the product. Now a word from our mascot dressed as a pirate, Fuji.
It's a deal of a deal.
I definitely see how that could be talking about God.
Okay.
I also definitely see how it could be about
Relationship.
climate change.
Oh.
And
yeah.
I
Yep.
also see how you could think it's about a relationship.
Yep.
So, what do you got?
What?
So you think it's about a relationship? Is what it looked like to me.
Yeah,
Or no?
yeah. I would have gone with the relationship and angle, but that's how I always do it. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm like, gee whiz, let me hear a song about climate change. Really, honestly, climate change is important to me, but like music to me, I always want it to be relationship. So I'm always steering that direction.
Is climate change important to you?
No,
Like,
well,
how important is it?
no. Climate change, because I've heard so much stuff on it, I'm like, nah. I do think that what we do with the planet is important. As a matter of fact, I couldn't sleep. One of the reasons why I was awake and couldn't fall back asleep was because I'm very troubled by the fact that whenever I buy I can't figure out why this keeps happening. And like, I don't know what to do because it very much troubles me. So if you buy a package of chicken, it's in one condition. If you buy the bag, which is great for like big families, there's always broken legs in it. Every bag. And it bothers me because I'm like, what the fuck are they doing at this chicken factory? Like, if it's once in a while, but every bag you have broken legs, what are you doing to these chickens? So stuff like that really disturbs me. And then it bothers me because it's like, I'm still buying that chicken, but it's like, well, we don't make enough money to justify buying the, you know how small the packages are of the the chicken that they've treated the animals right.
Grass-fed and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I would want to do that. I prefer that. We just don't make enough money to do that. We have way too many kids. So that really troubles me that keeps happening. So stuff like that bothers me. I don't like us throwing trash in the ocean, like just needless destruction because people are so greedy and consumers. Like, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that we as a family don't recycle. I used to recycle when I had my own home, but now we don't have the recycle doesn't come by. So terrible as it is, it's too much trouble for me to get that all packaged properly and bring it to the plant. I won't do it. When they were coming directly to my house and I could have the bins, fine. So stuff like that bothers me. As far as like climate change, what's really happening, I don't know enough about it to really know if I even believe what the people are saying because you hear so much stuff. And I haven't done enough research. I just know, like, common sense, we shouldn't beat the hell out of animals when we're gonna eat them. We shouldn't throw trash in our oceans. Like, stuff like that. It's like, come on, do we really need to have a conference on that? Don't we just know?
Yeah, climate change is one of those things to me, like, it's in the gun control and immigration category for me. Like, I have an ideal of what I would like to happen to address those issues, but I don't think my ideals are... I don't know how to... I don't know the solution to execute it. Like, for example, gun control. It's like, oh, yeah, guns are the problem, Jenk says. Okay, so let's ban guns. Okay, fine. Then the law-abiding citizen... Like, the argument is really effective to me. Like, the law-abiding citizen is going to not do it, and then the bad guys are going to do it. I mean, coming up in New York City, you know, I didn't know anything about guns or knives and all types of people. You know,
Yeah.
You know, like, I was a clean slate, and then it was like, it got to the point where if you weren't carrying something, it was almost your own fault. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how to solve the gun problem. The immigration problem is like, yo, I'm a Christian, so like, we should just let everybody in. But I also know there's some real difficulties in one of which is aiding and abetting human traffickers and fentanyl traffickers, right? So it's I know it's not as simple as, oh, just let everybody in.
I know.
Like, I know what we're doing now is not right, but I don't know. And then climate change is another one. It's like, that's a hell of a gamble. You know, like to say, oh, those scientists are full of shit. They don't know what they're talking about.
I guess.
Like, that's a hell of a gamble to me, man. Like, because I got friends, like, they're hardcore, you know, for whatever. I don't really understand the whole right-left dichotomy relative to climate change. I don't understand why people on the right have a problem with the concept. Like, but they do. Mm-hmm. So that's another one where it's tough for me. It's like, come on, man. We're used to all living a certain way.
Yeah.
Especially as Americans,
Yep.
we're used to a certain kind of lifestyle. So it's like, you know, I don't know how practically we're gonna stop this thing from happening if it's really happening. You see what I'm saying? Because we're just so used to a certain kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
And even the people that say that they're against, you know, man-made climate, you know, like you got Bernie riding around in a private jet. You know what I'm saying? Like, so even for him, it's too hard to, you know what I'm saying? And I believe he's sincere. I believe all these people are sincere, but I also think that the quote hypocrisy that they display indicates just how difficult that solution really is. But
well, I guess if they started with, you know, what do I know? But I guess if they started with the big companies, you know, the ones that when all of us were suffering because we weren't big companies and they were all getting all that money, like start with them and you guys start being eco-friendly. Since you've already been given so much money by us and we all had to suffer. Now it's time for you guys. You guys start making your factories be more eco-friendly and stuff like that. Start there. Start somewhere. But I mean, I agree that we should all be taking part in doing something, but
it's
I mean,
tough.
I think that it's hard when you see like, okay, I understand what's happening at the border. It's really messed up. And the more you dig into the details of it, the more sick it becomes. But like, if we're like, oh, well, we can't let people in because, you know, we're worried about human trafficking. Really? I don't know if they're worried about that with everybody that's getting raped and all that at the border. Maybe they're worried about that. But
Right.
are you really concerned about human beings in that category? I don't know.
Right.
But when I see people dressed in different types of uniforms and such and kicking over water bottles that people that have just gotten to the border could have used, I mean, that to me, that I think you should go to jail for that. You set it up so someone could die. People are making it there with their small children, and now they're the waters that other people set out there, like that level is, you know, let them, if you can't let them in, let them fucking drink the water.
Yeah.
Don't make them trek all the way over there and give them, it's just, I don't know, that is very upsetting to me.
Yeah, that outro, I'll eat you alive, there will be no more lies.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was interpreting that as a planet saying, okay, you guys keep playing around. That's why he made the statement about the dinosaurs.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You see that line? Where is that line
It's
about
up
the
at the top.
dinosaurs?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. I'm sorry for us. The dinosaurs roam the earth. So I don't know if that's one of those things where it's like the reset button got hit, like we completely destroyed everything.
Oh, the sky turns green instead of blue now.
Yeah, like we polluted everything.
Where
everything
I
is all
end and you
screwed up,
begin.
and it's like where I end. So the I would be humanity, I think, and then the you begin would be the world basically hitting the reset button.
Yep.
So that's why you have dinosaurs roaming the earth, is because everything got reset because we essentially killed ourselves, you know, via all the pollution. Somebody told me one time, they're like, listen, man, the earth is stronger than us. So like we're going to be the first ones to bear the brunt of our bullshit relative to how we're treating the planet. And the planet's still going to be here. It'll cleanse itself of you. I mean, I don't believe this is going to happen, but like that was his mentality. Like the earth is going to cleanse itself.
Yeah, but if you didn't have your theology, would you look at that and say
100%.
that's a very real possibility?
100%.
Right, okay.
When you consider pollution and war and all the rest of it. I mean, although if the earth just took Americans out, then there'd be a lot less war. I'm not saying there wouldn't be any war, but there would be a lot less war if the earth just decided to discriminate against North America.
Yikes.
But like, the line is crazy to me, like, because it's like, usually it's like Mother Earth, what are we doing to the earth?
Yeah.
You know, but this was like a really aggressive, like, yo, I'm going to eat you alive. There'll be no more lies. Like, it's over. You guys are gone and the dinosaurs are roaming the earth and we'll try it again. And like, it's funny because Joe Rogan is like really digging into this idea of previous tech. Like, I was watching them speculate about like they're using anti-gravity to move the stones of the pyramid and all that. And there's a debate about like, yo, are the pyramids too technologically advanced for the time period that we think that they were? Like that's a big question. Like,
Yeah.
because these massive megalithic stones that are being used to create the pyramids and all that, and the exact specifications that like to this day we're having a hard time. So now there's like speculation, like maybe these guys had access to technology that we didn't have because you know, this pyramid is like 5,000 years older than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I heard something about maybe sound made it.
Yeah, so yeah. So I'm like, yo, that would be a crazy thought to think that we had people with crazy technology, you know, I don't know, 2 million years ago, and then for whatever reason, giant cataclysm happened and they were gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a crazy thought to me. Like, I've never had that thought before. Like,
Oh, what? Really?
yeah, that you had people with technology, like aerodynamic technology and all types of shit, like
I
from
thought I heard that years ago.
millions, from
Yeah.
thousands of years ago. Like, yeah, I've never heard that before. That's crazy.
Well, that's so crazy because I heard a long time ago, it seems, that was like there was a theory about aliens and so my friend Simon
Right.
from growing up, aliens and the pyramids, like I don't know
Yeah.
if you've ever heard any of the connections
Yeah, yeah,
between
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So I had, obviously I didn't take it seriously at the time at all, you know, like I'm not even sure what I think about it right now, but
Yeah, see that's the debate where Ben says there's videos of guys using primitive tools to move around gigantic stones. Yeah, but not these stones. We were talking about like 100-ton stones.
yeah,
Like,
but then I
they
think to
didn't
myself,
use primitive tools
well,
for those.
how big were the men of renown? Like how big were they? Were they just like, you know,
Yeah.
9 feet tall, or were they friggin' like giants?
Yeah,
That it
yeah.
would be like,
But then when you think about the whole UAP phenomena, there is speculation that the UAPs are, and the occupants of the UAPs are us from the future.
I know.
That we figured out time travel.
Yeah.
And so they're coming back here to manipulate whatever. And Jacques Vallée's real theory is that these are not extraterrestrial beings like from another planet, but they're interdimensional beings that phase in and out of this dimension because they're trying to steer history in a certain way. And so, like, the example I use all the time is Neil deGrasse Tyson said that the discovery of America was like one of the top 5, like he put it up there with the wheel when he was on Joe Rogan's show.
Okay.
But, and what's fascinating is we know that he was trying to go to India, and then he veered off course. But when you look at the logs, they saw a UAP in the water. It was in the water.
So freaking creepy, babe.
It rose up to
I'm
eye
honestly
level,
getting goosebumps.
and then it shut off. And it just so happened that Columbus ended up in the wrong place, and then there you have it. So Jacques Vallée's idea is that not that these are like interplanetary beings with like millions of years sophisticated technology ahead of us. These are interdimensional beings who are operating from a completely different framework and are just phasing in and out here to influence our decisions and our history. And you know, you can easily reconcile that with a biblical worldview, obviously.
But their goal, does he have a theory as to what
He
their
doesn't know what their goal is.
that's uncomfortable.
He doesn't know what their goal is. But yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff in the world, but I definitely could also see the God angle too. He's like, I'm up in the clouds, I won't come down. Like there's this concept of deism, which is the idea that God did create the world, but he kind of did it as like sort of like a hobby, and then he's off doing other shit. So like there is a God that created the world, but he's up in the clouds. He's not really going to interfere with the affairs of men.
They basically compare it to, like, you know, the old-fashioned clocks that you have to wind them up.
Yeah, just
That
wound it
God
up and
basically did
they
that. He wound up the earth and left it there, and then he just kind of like watches it as it unfolds, but he doesn't take any part in the actual.
Yeah, and to me, I think
Which I feel like is completely obviously wrong, especially when you consider, if you follow our belief system, that God himself came in the form of a human being. He came to earth so he could suffer like us, and he could be a high priest for us, a faithful high priest, or somebody that could really care for us and understand us. And he obviously died on the cross and rose again. So because of that stuff, as part of our religion, I would say, no, he didn't just set it and leave it. I mean, he sent his son. In our religion, it says he sent his son down for that. So I don't see I think that sometimes it feels that way.
see what's interesting is, to me, this song could easily be a play with 3 characters. One is Mother Earth, one is mankind, and then one is sort of this deistic God who is looking down and saying, I'm not going to take part in it. I'm not, you know, he's got his own rules where stay up there. Like, he says right there, like, I'm up in the clouds, and I can't come down. I can watch, but not take part. So that line right there, like, I could definitely see God speaking there. And at the end, Mother Earth is speaking to mankind and saying, you're out of here. Like, it's over. So I think all interpretations could work on this one. Is what
You
it looks
left
like
me
to me.
alone.
Where I end and where you start, where you left me alone, you left me alone. Yeah, I think that's you can easily go with that's humanity talking to God and Mother Nature, saying that God abandoned us and that Mother Nature's about to abandon us, because it says where you left me alone, you left me alone. So it's like God's up there saying, yeah, I'm watching, I can't take part, man, I'm up in the clouds, sorry. And then he's like, okay, well then you're leaving us to our own devices, is going to lead in destruction. And of course, Mother Earth takes over in the end and says, yeah, I'm going to eat you alive, man. You guys, it's over for you. So what I'm saying is like all those interpretations work for me. But the song is spooky as hell, bro.
Yeah, it is.
That's a spooky
Nick,
song, dude.
We
All I
don't
need is-
believe that the Book of Enoch is scripture like the rest of the Bible is. Like there was like a panel of like really ancient guys now that got together to decide like what was going to go into the scriptures, and they had a list of things that each writing had to agree. There had to be a certain amount of copies of it. It had to be written by someone who was in close relation to the actual happenings. Like there was a big list to make sure that it was, well, the Book of Enoch didn't fit into that list. So it's still looked at is like, well, you have some people that look at it as like a historical document, and then other people that are terrified of it because it didn't enter the closing of the scriptures. So Vinny's read it.
I mean, Enochian literature is quoted verbatim in the book of Jude and First Peter. Jesus, you cannot understand with any real depth a lot of the things that Jesus said without having an Enochian understanding of theology. So Enoch is not a canonical book, but it's an extremely important book to understand the history and the mindset of the people of Jesus' time.
I'd like to read that. I've never read it.
Yeah, it's once you read it, you'd be like, oh, that's what they were talking about. That's what they were talking about.
And that's easy. You can just get it. Like, can I just Google Book of Enoch and start reading it right now?
Yeah,
if I wanted to.
you could. What do you give
Good
the song?
to know. 9.
This song's a solid 9.2 for me.
All right,
really,
guys.
good stuff.
We'll be right back.
We are coming back on the other side of the break. DJ, we don't have a banner on this. I gotta get a banner up here. DJ, who's
Gabe.
with
DJ
the
Gabe.
Peer. He's got the peer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Radiohead. Okay, ready? You can start the commercial. Wait, let's F go. Was that like fucking go?
Yeah, but
Or was it a typo?
I'll take it out. I'll take it out since you want to squash people's dreams.
Oh boy. All right. We'll be right back at the end of this commercial.